Hello guys and welcome back to Uncensored. Yes, a different kind of setup. I'm trying to change it, you know. Still here with Kieran. Today is going to be like talking about the general election. You've also got a topic about Nigel Farage, haven't you?
Yes, which I'll whip my... It's not much, but it's...
Yeah, we will still talk about it. So we're just going to be going over the key points that all the parties are lying about. I mean, said they're going to do. So, yeah, go on then, Mon. The first one.
Right, this is the Labour Party, what they're lying about. 400,000 more NHS appointments a week.
Well, if that is true, good, but I mean...
In a way it is good, but in a way it's shocking now.
Yeah, exactly.
I've asked to go to doctors for a couple of weeks, even just to pick up prescriptions.
Was it doctors or actual hospital appointments?
NHS.
Well, then it's like doctors,
both
isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been to doctors previously just to pick up prescriptions, or even just go for things that I'm suffering with recently.
Yeah.
But it's like, we can't get you an appointment today. When can I get you one? We'll ring you.
Yeah.
And then the message is saying, what symptoms have you got? So you tell them whatever you've got wrong with you. Okay, we'll ring you. Oh, I'm still waiting for an appointment.
Exactly. I remember that. I mean, obviously, I know COVID has affected, but before COVID, you could ring up and get a next day appointment. Yeah. Now it's like, oh, we're fully booked for 2 weeks. Can you call back in 2 weeks? Well,
ring in 2 weeks. Can you ring back in 6 weeks?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you ring back in 4 weeks?
Yeah, next minute.
Can
you ring back next year?
Why don't you ring back? I'm dead.
yeah. Can you ring? Yeah, can you like ring back? You know, and it's just absolutely outrageous.
But the thing is, they started doing appointments online. Not everybody can do appointments online.
Like,
you've got to be there bang on for 6 o'clock when you phone them.
Not all of them, but yeah, for hours. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's stupid because not everybody has got a computer and they can't get that many in to see the doctor or the NHS.
I've not got internet either.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Not many people have got internet or know how to use it.
Yeah, exactly. Like same with like the elderly people. You know, not a lot of them know how to use the internet. So if you have to like book online, then you know you're not going to know how to do it. Exactly. And then you have to ring up at like 8:30 in the morning to try and get an appointment.
Just my doctor, when I ring them, it says, please make sure you ring up at 8 o'clock, and if you ring after that, the phone lines may be busy. If you need to book an appointment urgently, set up an Anima account. Set up an Anima account. They just text you over the phone. What's wrong with you? I've got this, I've got that wrong with me. Okay, bring a sample in. So you bring a sample in if you need to bring a sample in. If you can't bring a sample in, then they just tell you then they book you an appointment for doctors.
It's so ridiculous. It really is.
The next one is VAT on private school fees.
Well, VATs on private school, I think that's actually a good idea. I mean, because, you know, I mean, everything's VAT now, and if they don't have VAT already, you know, how come the private schools are getting away with it when everyone else has to pay, like, VAT, you know? I mean, you have to, anything you order has got VAT on.
I think everything is on it. Everything has that now, doesn't it?
Well, exactly.
Has it now.
Exactly, that is
actually... Get a parcel VAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, no phone. No, you have to pay so much on VAT.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's...
You're not paying for the phone, you're just paying for VAT.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not paying for anything else.
Exactly. So, yeah, I do think, like, VATs on private schools, well, on school trips, you know, I don't know if public schools have that, but if public schools don't have it, I think
with homeschooling as well. They won't probably have it either.
Exactly.
So they won't have to pay a thing. They'll just say, alright, do your 2 times tables, then watch cartoons.
I don't think that's homeschool, but yeah.
Well, some people would. Some people do. Some people do.
But yeah, I actually do think that's a good point, yeah.
No increase on personal tax.
So they're not going to put, like, personal tax up. I can't see why that wouldn't be a good point.
A lot of people would be happy with that.
Exactly. I mean, everyone has to pay tax.
Yeah,
you know,
part of life, isn't it? Really?
Well, exactly. You know, even being on YouTube, you have to pay a bit of tax now.
No matter what you do.
Exactly. So
even drug dealers probably have to pay a tax, well, you know. Oh no!
I can't imagine. Going down to freaking to pay a tax. What are you? That's a lie and demand. Alright then.
Judging by shows that I've watched, they've always ended up saying, "Oh, for tax purposes, taking this much off you."
Yeah, but so they're not going to increase it. Yeah, I can't see why that is actually a bad thing. So yeah, I mean, up to now, I mean, people who's going to be like going through the bullet points, the key points.
Yep.
They're going to think up to now that Labour's, doing some good key points. But like I said, we'll try and get through them.
We've got more parties to discuss, yeah, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
So they can't vote yet. Don't start, keep that voting card ready.
Keep the voting card ready next to the shredder.
No increase on. Oh, I've just done that one. Primary school breakfast clubs.
Right, primary school breakfast club. Well, we had one at our school, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I had one since being in, like I said, primary school, and then as soon as I went to, you get older, you just stop, don't you? You just rather go to the shop and get your breakfast on the way to school, or you have a slice of toast at home.
Yeah, so I do believe that people who are struggling, I do believe breakfast club, because when we had it at our school, only certain people had to pay.
Yeah.
So I think it's good, but if you've got to pay for it, it might be a bit hard for some families. So
yeah, some schools do it for free, don't they?
Yeah. So
not a lot of them do it for free now.
Yeah. So it mostly depends if they're doing it for free or not. If it's going to be free, or if like we did.
I think really it should come under the educational side of it, because they always say breakfast is the important meal of the day.
Exactly.
So they should come on. So it should be included with them teaching you how to, whatever lesson you're in.
Yeah.
It's good for.
So do you think it should be like free, or certain families should pay like we did? Like if your both parents are working and they're earning a good amount, you pay for breakfast club. But if they're not, then you get it for free.
I think it should just be free, because it comes under. My personal opinion, it just comes under. Breakfast is the important meal of the day. So you can't really learn much if you don't have the brain energy to do it. Like when if you go to, like, just say you've got sports for the first lesson of the day.
Yeah, you aren't adult to eat. You're not going to have the energy.
You're not going to have the energy to run. Then you're going to feel sick. And if you can't afford to buy anything, because teacher always said to a couple of our people in our lesson, "Have you had breakfast today?" And then some kids are going, "No. Well, why didn't you have it?" I didn't have any money. So if they can't afford to buy it, it should just be there, part of the school experience.
Do you think it should be all free to everyone?
Yeah, should be free. Yeah, because like you said, some people can't afford to, pay it. Some people are worse off than others. I think it should just be, even if they just get one meal a day and that's the breakfast, at least they're getting something.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go whole day and just have beans on toast when they get home.
Yeah.
Or even just a plate of beans.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with beans on toast for my meals, but some kids want the full Sunday dinner, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Recruit 6,500 teachers for state school.
Right, recruiting more teachers. Yeah, I can't think of any bad thing to make with that. I mean, it's just more teachers. Yeah,
Keeps the unemployment thing down, the unemployment level down, and
Exactly. I mean, obviously, the government's saying that they're in, like demanded teachers, but but then again, nowadays it's like it is dangerous to be a teacher. I mean, you hear on the news that teachers are getting attacked.
Yep.
I mean, when we were at school, I mean, everyone when they're at school, I'd love to.
I think one kid actually did chuck a chair at a kid.
Yeah. Not going to mention his name, but I do know who you're on about. Yeah, he chucked a chair. It was a science teacher, wasn't it? He loved the chair. Yeah.
I think he was just not doing his work, and then the teacher got right in his face, and he told him to move away, and then the teacher said something, and he turned around and lobbed the chair, and luckily he didn't hit the teacher, which most people would have found that funny in our class, but we just we're sat in the corner.
Yes, but like I said, it is dangerous to be a teacher now. So recruiting more teachers, I do agree, but I think they should have some form of self-defense training.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Have like an alarm on them.
Yeah, what's that gonna do?
Well, because if they do it, it'll go straight to the security. Some teachers had it at college.
Yeah.
They had an alarm, and if a person chucked a chair, they used to go, right, I'm getting security down here. The one teacher I'm not mentioning no names, but one of them, when I was in college, pressed the button and the security guard must have come within 5-10 minutes, knocked on the door, right, who were complaining about. He pointed to the person, she, whoever it was, who was teaching the lesson, pointed to the person, right, you, come with us. Next minute, he'd be escorted off the building.
Yeah, good idea.
So they should have that as some kind of thing, because if a teacher hits a student, it's classed as child abuse now.
Obviously.
So they can't really hit somebody. You know, imagine a student chucking a chair at a teacher.
Teacher, what? Boom!
I'll chuck my chair at you. Let's see who's gonna get more pain. You know, kids bleeding out like that, and what?
Teacher,
it's not gonna look good, is
it? Don't mess with the teachers.
Educate this.
Turn from science to wrestling.
It's not gonna look good, is it?
I do. But anyway, back to what I was saying. More teachers, I do agree, but you know, like at least give them some, you know, to defend themselves. You know, like even like that alarm or some self-defense.
Because if you hurt a kid, you've got a child abuse thing on your hands then. And then some kids will run to their mums and dads. You know, Mrs., Mister, whoever, battered me. You know, he hit me, whatever. You know what dads are like and mums are like. They're going to come down and say, you've hit my kid, I want you out this school, and then the teacher's lost his job.
Yeah, but the thing is, what about if the student attacks the teacher? Then that's what I'm on about. You know, you see it on television.
Well, they should have
teachers are being stabbed or
They should have cameras in classes then.
That's actually good.
In the corner of the room.
Yeah, but what's that going to do? Send it to police? Was the teacher more than 200 quid? No,
well, they should have
we can't
cameras.
do all then.
They should have security cameras with audio. So then, because the teacher could easily start on the student, and then at least then you know, well, he antagonised him or she antagonised him, whatever, and then that's it then.
Yeah, so more teachers and more security.
Yeah, all in one.
Yeah, fair enough.
All in one.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying, teachers can't hit children.
Exactly.
I mean, it's stupid, really, because children are not disciplined.
Exactly.
The parents are scared to do anything, to smack them if they've done anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I got hit.
And I got hit on head by a teacher. No, it wasn't nastily, but he just patted me on the head and said, behave.
What it is now, though, like I said before, people can just go to if a kid gets hit and he's under a certain age, like 13, 14-year-old, and the parents hit him, they can go straight to the police or straight to social services. Then that's it. The kid gets taken into care because they think, because you've hit him or you've hit her, whatever, you're not fit. You're an unfit parent. And they get sent to social. They get sent into care, and then the kid's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get it." But like I said, it's
stupid. There's no discipline in anyone nowadays.
Me now, obviously, if it was me, I'd just say, right, take all your belongings off you, take your luxuries away, take your phones, Xboxes. If they start getting clever, cut the power off. You know, cut the cables off, anything, so you cannot use it, and then that's it. So then, you know. I know someone who gets their luxuries took away from them, and then within a week, you know, melt.
Yeah.
As soon as they get luxuries back,
Yeah, well, that's it.
That's it.
It's stupid, really is. Lowering the voting age to 16.
I literally already thought it was 16 already.
I knew it was 18 or older because it says on the TV, doesn't it? If you're voting, make sure you bring photo ID.
Oh, wow, yeah, you need ID.
So 18. When you ask for ID, you more or less think it's 18 or older.
Thing is, I've seen two things. I've seen that they're going to knock it down to 16, and I've also said they're going to knock it down to 14 as well. But 14 is way too low.
I think 14 and 16 is a bit too young to vote for because in the generation that we're living in,
who cares about voting? I mean, to be honest, when we were at school or college, you know, we've been like, oh, I'm going to be late. What? I'm going to vote. Yeah. No one said that. You know, no one said that. You know, when you're a kid, you don't care about the, you know, like
who's going to be next prime minister.
Yeah, exactly. It's a case of
who's going to be the election party and all that. Lot,
it's a case of like, just say it's 14, like, oh, damn, Labour's in or Conservatives in. No, you think, oh fuck, I've got a math test tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's it. You know,
exactly.
16, possibly. Yeah, because you class like a young adult then, aren't you?
Yeah, that's a young adult. Yeah.
So probably 16, yeah, I do think that would be possibly a good idea, but...
You class as a young adult, but then when you get to 18, you're trialed
Yeah, for
or
an
claimed
adult.
as an adult.
Yeah.
So I think I think 16's a bit too young. Like I said, with the generation that we're living in today. Like look at half of people that get offended by modern day music today.
Ugh.
People are trying to cancel singers that have been out for 20 odd years, maybe even 10 years. You know, mention one thing that these new generations don't like. Oh, we need to get him cancelled.
True.
You know, the kids aren't going to be bothered about that. They want someone in power that thinks like them. But sorry, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think keep it as it is. Maybe make it to 17.
Yeah.
But I think 16 and a bit younger to vote is probably a bit too young to, because you're still not really understanding it, are you?
Yeah,
If you're 14-year-old, what are you going to understand? I didn't understand politics. Oh, 14-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so just keep it as 18. Because then, you know, because otherwise there'll be loads of kids chucking their votes in, and then you can guarantee a few years down the line there'll be adults arguing with kids.
Yeah, like
you know,
their kids are voted Conservatives, but you're right. This is a Labour household, you know. Then you know it could throw like you know like roaring like.
You know, we voted for X. What's X? That's not even a politics. Well, it's ours because we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of my house.
Get out of my house. I vote for Facebook.
Putting retirement age up to 80.
Fucking listen off me head. Right, putting retirement age up to 80. What is it now? Does anyone know?
I think it's 70 something.
76.
76. Is that for men and women? I know the retirement. Alright.
I know.
67.
I know for private pensions you can get it out like before that, but not many people do have it because people just pay into a normal pension. So
that's alright. Good for you.
I know about. I've finished anyway.
So putting the age up. Thing is, this is kind of a good or a bad thing. Right, reason it's a good thing. If you enjoy your job, you're going to want to do it for a lot longer.
That's Correct.
So obviously that's a good thing, but obviously if you just like working because you have to, then it's going to be a bad thing.
And most people don't live to that age.
That's probably why they're doing it.
Yeah.
That is probably why Labour is saying work to that long. So
and then if you die before you get your pension, whatever you've earned goes back in our pocket.
Yeah,
we feed our families.
It won't surprise me. So I think this is kind of a good bad situation. I can't really say because obviously in my situation I'll be doing YouTube until it's literally impossible for me to do it.
Until you riddle with arthritis. And
yeah, exactly.
Can't hardly see.
Yeah, it's like that recording. No, I don't know.
What's that button, sir?
What's that button, sir?
Delete everything. Oh, yes.
It says delete everything, upload everything, yeah. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Memory clear. So, yeah, so like I said, good bad situation. You know, like I said, if you enjoy your job, you're going to want to do it a lot longer. But if you don't enjoy your job, then, you know, you're not. So, I don't really, you know, I like to say good and
like
bad
I said, I
situation.
think it should be 60, I think.
60?
I think it should be 60 because most people, family members and even people who are still alive now, have got past the 60 mark, and most people have chosen to go back to work.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be at home because there's nothing to do.
That's what I think they should do. Like, keep it at like 80 if they want to knock up to 80, but give them the option if they want to
early
keep,
retirement.
Yeah,
early retirement.
Give them an option for early retirement. If they say no, then also and then like when it gets to like the age limit that they're at, like 80, just said like if Labour do win, give them the option. Do you want to retire or carry on?
Yeah.
Because some people don't want to retire.
Yes,
I used to watch the show on TV, and it was people that was like forced to retire because of retirement age, but like business would get them because they wanted to carry on working.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then this woman that were like in her 70s, who was working in an office, she was forced to retire because it was that. And then she wanted to keep on working, and this business hired her to work behind a bar. I'm like, what, from an office to a bar, how does that work out? But she still did it. She did the training and they hired her, and I was like, well, I think that's what business should do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm thinking they should, give you the option to
Some people retire and do part-time jobs. Exactly. Someone who works at a shop near my house, she's retired, and she's selling the shop and everything. And I said to her, well, she works as a sunbed thing in the sunbed shops, and she does the nails and everything. So she's like a beauty therapist / whatever, right? So she's done that. And I said, what you gonna do when you retire? It's like, oh, I'm selling the shop. I'm like, oh, so what are you gonna do afterwards? Then are you gonna retire and just live a peaceful life? Are you gonna do something else? And she went, I don't want to retire, but she's finding it hard to run her own business. So what she's gonna do is get a part-time job and earn, whatever money she like minimum wage now.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna do that. So it could be 2 days a week, could be a few hours a day of working in a supermarket or something, and just scanning tills or something like that.
Yeah.
So she wants a part-time job because she's been doing that for all her life, running her own business. And she don't want to retire, but she's got to retire because, well, like I said, imagine having no staff in your shop.
Exactly.
You can't really run it on your own, can you?
No.
When you get older and older, you can't.
Not really, no.
I agree with you, I agree with you both that you should be allowed to work longer hours, longer time, up to 80 if you want. I know a lady that worked at the same place as me, and she loved that job. And no matter how much she kept coming in every day, she would pass retirement time. And then the boss turned round one day and said, look, I think you ought to retire. She retired, within 2 weeks she was dead. She was just living for the work. Yeah, and he made her retire. So I think they should just keep retirement time as it is, pushing it up to 80. Like Kieran's just said, not many people live to see 80.
Some people used to live for work, and when their bodies...
When they finish, the body's got nothing to get up for early in the morning.
So your body goes into...
So your body goes like and says, oh, well, I'll shut down then. Yeah, and that's it. Exactly, yeah.
It's like doing a routine all your life.
Yeah, and then you just
then you just stop, suddenly your body's like, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah. Your brain's not functioning fast enough because you're not getting to work. You're not having to get up early and go to work. I mean, you can get up and go for a pee and go back to bed.
Exactly.
It's stupid, it really is. Pushing it up to 80. If you want to, yeah, but if people who don't, they should be allowed to retire when they want. Launch a new border security command.
But what is it? They don't say what it is, so we can't say if it's a good or a bad thing.
Well, it's going to be doing a new borders control. Security
but what is it? That's what I'm saying. They're not saying. They're just saying what they're going to do.
Well,
they haven't said what it is.
Launch a new border control.
It's probably to stop.
Yeah, I know what it's going to be.
More people, to keep an eye on more people coming into the country or leaving the country.
But, like I say, you can't say if it's a good or a bad thing because you don't know what it's going to be.
No, and that's all. That's
what it is. So you're going to.
There is a few people going around now saying that they don't want any more people coming into our country who want going to. In their words, pay their way.
Who do it illegally.
Or coming in illegally. So there are a lot of people on. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, anything that you can get videos on nowadays.
A couple of news sites as well.
Yeah, even news sites have even said that they don't want any more people coming to the country. One, if they're not going to work. Two, if they're not going to learn how to speak at least a bit of our English, so they can like contribute, or do both. If you're going to come in here and just go, why do you want to work? Why are you coming to this country? And just look at them and not understand a word you're saying. They're not risking to speak English or learn a bit of the easy English or even work. They don't want people coming in like that.
Yeah, but the thing is that I do believe we need to take some people in from war-torn countries. Now, if there's a war going off in their country, I do believe, because we did it with Ukraine, so I do believe if they're escaping a war-torn country, I do believe we should take them in, because if tables were turned, we'd hope that they'd take us in.
They probably wouldn't, though. They probably wouldn't.
Well, that's what...
probably just they'd look at it and go, I feel sorry for that country, but it's their problem, they deal with it.
Well, yeah, but,
us, we're like, oh, we'll take you in. Did you hear about the story about the woman that moved into the house when she was from Ukraine? Single lady. can't remember what age she were, but she came in and they had a spare room for the woman. You can go and sleep in there. You know, you can eat our food. You can use our electricity. You can make yourself feel like you lived it all your life. The husband and wife worked. I don't know if they had. I can't remember if they had kids. I think they had kids as well, like teenagers. I think it were, and everyone pulled their weight.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't work. She just stayed at the house. Fair enough. You know, if you ain't got a job in that country, you know, you're gonna take a while to find your feet, aren't you? In other words, right? Couple of months have passed. The husband was talking to the Ukraine woman. They ran off together and left the wife on her own.
Wow.
So why? So there is, you know, things that are gonna come back to bite you on the arse.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the woman ran away, and now and I think it were a couple of days after it happened, they were posting pictures on social media, loving life. Can't believe I've met this gorgeous man. Can't believe I met this beautiful woman. He's loving my life. The woman's still at home. The wife. I don't even know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she's got to live with the kids or not, or the kids went with the dad. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember much about if they had any kids or not. But she ran off with the husband. And normally, if you're a loyal husband or a loyal wife, you'd say, "Oh no,
yeah.
I'm loyal." He just went, "Come on, let's go." The husband didn't care. He was like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah, all that is a kind of traumatic story.
So why would we?
But that's what I'm saying. That's not to do with.
So why? I'm saying we shouldn't have them all here because they'll probably just.
Yeah, but it's a war-torn country. You're going to help people out. It was like. I mean, just for instance.
They would help us out.
How do you know that?
Because they wouldn't.
You're probably right. But anyway, back to the.
Because when Russia was under attack, you know, when not Russia, Ukraine. When Russia was attacking Ukraine,
Yeah.
they had a word with the guy who's like their president, right? They said, "Would you help us if Russia?" I think it was Joe Biden or
Joe Biden's USA.
yeah, but there was someone else that went there as well. There was Joe Biden and someone else from ours. I think it was Donald Trump or somebody went over from our country, and America got involved in everything. And countries that are partnered with them went over and said, "Would you help us if we got attacked by Russia next?"
Yeah.
So if they attacked us and they're attacking you, would you help us next? He went, "Well, because we haven't got the supplies, we're probably not." So why would you? Why see?
Yeah, because he hasn't got the supplies.
So we give them the supplies. They attack us. What we're going to do? We've got sticks here. We'll fight them with knives and forks if we have to. We'll go to a tank, stabbing the tank wheels with forks, steak knives, chucking stones at the planes as they come down to kamikaze you. It's not going to work. Most people, I see it all the time. People, you know, help them.
Okay.
They won't help us. They just think, "Oh, I feel sorry for them," like, but it's their country, their problem.
Okay, I see what you mean.
It's like people that their families get blown up. They still carry on and go to work.
True.
Even though they don't like their families being blown up, they're still going to work and they're still carrying on with life. So we'd have to do the exact same.
So
And King Charles could probably follow in his mum's footsteps. When the Queen build the country back up after World War II. If he wants to make a business, you know, do something good, he could probably do that if it ever happened. Help us rebuild our country back up like the Queen did.
Alright, well, that's your opinion. You know, everyone has their own opinion, even though we went off the topic. Don't say that on the other wall. But like I said, going off topic, I can't say it's a good or a bad thing because we don't know what it is. It's just something new. So, you know, we just have to see if it actually happens or not.
I agree with Kieran. They wouldn't help us, but the thing is, before they've come to us, they're in France. Why can't they stay in France? Why have we got to put them up in hotels? Why can't we just build new houses and give them an house to run?
Did you see what Nigel Farage said about it?
We're not talking about Nigel yet.
I'm going to put this out there because it is what happened. He said, "Did you hear what they said on the news? Someone come over to our country. Within a couple of minutes, they stabbed someone for no reason.
Yeah,
I saw
they
that.
stabbed someone for no reason.
Well, when they were coming over, they gave this 18-year-old lad his own place, a house, washer. He sell everything
But is
for
that
drugs.
actually true though?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, but Mum, what you see on social media and what actually happens, is it true though? That's what I'm saying. You can't. What is?
Well, even so, even
this
if he did sell everything, why is he sold it?
Yeah, but what's going to happen with this is that you can't. take what you see on social media.
But why give an 18-year-old lad a house on his own?
Well, would you prefer him to have a hotel?
No, I'd like him to be with his family.
Yeah, but why are your family's over here?
Well, why aren't they with him then? Why is he getting a house full of everything, sells it all for drugs, and then gets it redone? If we'd have done that, it'd have been a case that, no, you can get stuff, you sell it yourself, you bloody pay for it.
I guarantee a few people would say that.
Yes, but you've got to look at is it a fact?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I was told. That's what's happened, and I think it's wrong.
Yeah, but you can't go on what you've been told.
Well, so same question. Why don't they stay in France? Why have they got to come over here?
I can't answer that. They're obviously.
Because it's all bloody tells. That's why.
Well, yeah, in France, they get a tent.
Yeah, and then over here they get
like a 4-star hotel.
Yeah, because we've got no bloody backbone.
They probably don't like eating snails as well and throwing legs over there.
Oh, for goodness.
True.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right, this is Conservative. Cut 2p off employees' national insurance, abolishing self-employed national insurance, and a triple lock on pensions.
Well, that's a big chunk of what they said they're going to do. So, cutting 2p off tax. I can't think of the proper word.
National insurance.
Yeah, national insurance.
Yeah, national insurance.
That's not going to make a difference to anyone.
No one's going to even see it, are they? No one's going to notice it.
Exactly. You can't pick 2 up off the street. You know what I mean?
It's not going to buy you
exactly,
food, is it?
exactly. I've got 2p. What can I get?
2 days of good luck.
Yeah, 2 days of good luck. What was the other bit?
Abolishing self-employed national insurance.
Now, I do believe that's actually a good thing. Because if you're self-employed, you can't always guarantee of getting, like work.
Good quality, innit? Yeah, like good amount of work. Good,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know,
profits and that lot.
like whatever. Like, just say for instance,
If you're a gardener.
Yeah, you're a gardener. You can't really do the garden in the winter.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I do believe that's a good thing. Helping people out who are self-employed. I do think that's actually a good thing. Yeah.
A triple lock plus on pension.
Triple lock on pensions. Not really sure about that, but it means like it's gonna stay the same.
It's not gonna, instead of being £50, it's gonna stay at £50.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna get any
higher or lower.
Yeah.
Now, good and bad. Good is not gonna get any lower.
And it won't lose its value either.
Yeah, exactly. That's the value. That is good. It's not gonna go down. Now, to go up, that would be better, but obviously, you've got to take the bad with the good, I guess.
Yeah.
So I do believe that looking at it, it is good, because you're not gonna lose any value on your pension. So I do believe that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do believe.
So it'd be a bit of kick in the teeth if you had, like, say, £50, in there, and then it goes down to like 30.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I got that when I could.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least I'm gonna kick in teeth for that.
So that's a good point that Conservatives have done.
30 hours of free childcare a week for children over 9 months. 30 hours free. Childcares are not going to do 30 hours for nothing. They are going to kick off big time. They are going to want their money because they're looking after a kid. So they're not going to do 30 hours for nothing. So, well, that's it.
Yeah,
not gonna...
but before you end this, is it daily, weekly, monthly, or what?
30 hours a week.
Yeah, so they don't have to do it.
People are going to go to work. People are going to get childcare, and people expect to do 30 hours unpaid, and any more than that, they get.
That's like saying, Kieran, would you go to work for 30 hours and not get paid? You tell me where to get off.
Exactly.
Exactly. So they're not gonna do it for nothing. They're not gonna say, oh yeah, we'll go on then with the 30 hours a week. They're gonna turn around and go, well, you know what you can do. That's what I think anyway.
Conservatives then.
I get abuse and I won't get paid for it.
Yeah.
Legal cap on migration to guarantee numbers fall every year.
thing is, trying to stay political, you know, and give all the parties, you know, the good and that lot. But I can't with this because Rishi, isn't it Rishi?
Rishi.
Just possess Sunak and be like.
Yeah, Mr. Sunak has not done nothing. He said he was going to stop the boats.
No, and there's still some more's come over. 2 boats have still come over. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to send people back to Rwanda. No.
Which year?
Yeah, exactly.
What day? Which year? We'll camp out and we'll see if you do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to happen. So when he's saying he's going to
He's got a note on his forehead every morning. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do that today. Look in mirror when I'm getting dried. Yes, I need to do this today.
Thing is,
Never happened.
he hasn't stopped it now. So I don't believe, you know, he's going to do it.
I mean, you don't. How much will it cost him to do it though?
Well, exactly.
I mean, because people are going to say I've come from a war-torn country. People have come from this. Fair enough. But if they say, how much would you accept any silly amount of money to go back?
No.
Like to go to a different country. If they said, right, we'll give you £1 million and you'll never have to work ever again, would you accept that to go back to your home country or even go anywhere else?
No.
Well, some people aren't.
Do it.
Well, exactly. So how's he going to cap migration? He's not. So, but just say, for instance, he does cap migration, then only thing I can say is, you know, a lot of people are worried about migration. You know, some people aren't, which, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But if he does cap it, then, you know, all good. You know, hopefully, we'll be able to, you know, like, have people over here that are safe to be over here, not murderers, you know, or rapists, like that.
Like I said before.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, I do think that's actually good.
I mean, they should check them. What they're going to like. What if they've any criminal records or?
But that's the thing is though, sometimes, you know, I have been watching the news. Some people took their like passports in the ocean.
Over the oceans and
So
anything else.
No passport. You know where you came, don't you? Get indicators to go that way. Spin this round and go that way.
Well, obviously, same with like some went to Ireland when the Rwanda bill was passed, you know, and it came through. A lot went to Ireland. Ireland said we don't want them. Send them back to us. Rishi, well, we can send them back to France. No, we can't. Why not? You know.
It was Iceland, wasn't it?
Iceland.
No, I think that was.
No, it was Ireland.
It was.
Ireland is next to us.
Yeah, it was Ireland.
It's not Iceland.
They were going to take them to Rwanda, weren't they? But
yeah,
but they didn't want them, and then they said, "Well, where can we go?"
Yeah, exactly. They sent back over, you know, to us. But like I said, if he does do the cap, fair enough. But he's promised a lot of migration, and he hasn't delivered anything. So I don't believe anything he says on migration.
Right, this one. Stop the boats by removing illegal migrants to Rwanda. Make sure sex means biological sex in the Equality Act, and abolish stamp duty on homes up to a lot of money. 425,000 for the first time buyers.
Well, we've just more or less talked about, you know, people going to Rwanda. Not going to actually happen. So.
If they don't want them, then they're going to come straight back here.
No, the thing is, though, Rwanda said they will take them, but it's actually getting them there. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Just, you know, change the record.
They'll probably home a few of them. And then if more come, what
they said that they can send 500 of them over, but it's not going to happen. You know, it's not going to happen because people keep, you know, objecting.
Sometimes ideas are good on paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Some ideas are good. Like, look at the street.
Some are going in hiding.
Yeah.
Look at the street, that street cleaning thing that was supposed to be happening ages ago when we were at school and college.
Yeah,
to keep the streets clean. You know, they had posters everywhere. Keep the streets clean. I've just walked past a pile of rubbish coming up here. Where's the street cleaning?
Exactly.
Within a week of advertising it, I saw them taking the things down.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not so bright utopia. Just stick to games. You get the bright, you know, you get the future world you want in games.
Yeah.
Not in real life.
Go on then, Mum. What was the other part?
Oh God, Make sure sex means biological sex in the Equality Act.
Now, whatever we say, we're going to get slagged off for this bit. No matter what we say, you're going to...
No matter which way you're going to turn, you're going to get a brick wall.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really say, oh, because, oh, I'm a man, that's a woman, I'm a woman, that's a man, I'm non-binary. Whichever way you turn, you're going to hit a brick wall, you're going to upset someone.
Even these parties are going to get backlash from it.
I still said what Piers Morgan said was actually funny. If you haven't seen what Piers Morgan said, he did crack me
I know
up.
he just sick about some one line.
Yeah.
Comes out with some one line.
I do saw what he said, Mum. Yeah, I'm not going to say it on here, but he did. I'll tell you off, but I think it was funny as well.
You just said like there's only two, and if
no, he said something a lot worse.
Because I heard him say if there's only two, if you think there's more, then you're stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
that's why I heard him say.
According to BBC, there's 153 genders. What? There's 153. There's 153 genders.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Exactly. We're gonna have to wrap this up, and we're gonna have to switch camera because this is dying. Right. One of the cameras has died, so obviously you will not be able to see her mum on camera anymore. But you'll still be able to hear her, black opinions.
Read the thing there.
Right. So with gender, whatever's gonna happen, you're gonna hit a brick wall. People have different opinions. Yeah, it is opinions.
People have their own
opinions.
Thoughts,
yeah, exactly, on what's right, what's wrong.
I mean, I think it's... I know I'm going to get hate for this, but I think it's stupid saying that identify as this. Yeah, if you're gay, lesbian, fair enough. If you're straight, whatever. That's okay. But when people say identify as a man, even though I'm a woman, it's like...
Wait, like that.
Just be a bit realistic, will you?
Wait, like that kid who identified as a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
What? What?
I'd like to see him how he does cat life.
Yeah, exactly. Because cats can jump off high walls and survive.
Cats land on their feet, don't they?
Exactly. That's him land on his feet. It would crush him. It would.
His bones are not designed the same way as a cat's.
Exactly.
And cats can more or less get through any tight spaces.
Exactly.
I've never seen a fat cat struggle.
No. So read it out again. We've kind of gone off track here.
Make sure sex means biological sex for the Equality Act.
So, thing is, I think everyone should have the right to say, if they're in the wrong body. If you want to have a sex change, be my guest.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're in the wrong body, do it. But I don't know. People just do it because other people are doing it.
Yeah.
What about that man who said he was in the wrong body, changed to a woman, then turned around and said, "Oh my God, what the hell have I done?"
Well, that's his own problem.
If people have thoughts, they might think, because everyone when you get to a certain age,
everybody thinks that they're in the wrong body.
When you get to a certain age, even it could be young or you could get older, you start to question what you like.
Yeah.
Do I like women? Do I like do I like men? Do I like women? Do I like and
both? Yeah.
And people just have to say, well, I'll try it. But the thing is, some people, it happens in some people's when they're in later life. So if you never had this discussion, when you were younger, thinking, well, do I like boys? Do I like girls? Do I like both? Some of them will get it when they're in their probably 40s, 50s, even probably older.
Yeah.
So.
I will admit, a lot of kids do think that they're in the wrong body. So they start going through sex change. I mean, God knows what the parents are thinking, but they go for a sex change, and then later on in life, they go, "Oh God, what did I do? I've changed to a man. I wanted to be a woman."
But did you see that video on TikTok, what Nigel said? There was a school, and I swear down, there was a school, little kids, and there was a drag queen in there, and they're saying, if you're happy to be transgender, clap your hands, and the kids were going. They were clapping because they sung it in a way to make the kids think, oh, it's only a song. And literally, he said that they should ban them from schools, which I agree. If you're going to brainwash kids, they don't know what they are, what they're going to like. Yeah, they're only young.
They're young.
They don't know what they're going to like. They don't know if they're going to be straight, gay, lesbian. They don't know. They don't have a clue what they are yet. No one's going to know at that age. And literally, because they're singing it, and they think that basically they're singing if you're happy and clap your hands.
Yeah, but
they're changing the words,
yeah.
and it's a drag queen doing it. Nigel put a video on, and he said this should be banned. And I thought, well, let's have a look at it. And I watched. I was like, yeah, I can see the bad parts of that. I mean, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's on TikTok. It's all over YouTube.
No, it wouldn't really interest me.
but literally, he has said that should be stopped.
It should
It should be stopped. Shouldn't be.
We never had a drag queen come to our school. Only person we had was a vicar.
We had people come to our school, but they weren't drag queens.
Well, we had police.
That's what I'm saying. More or less police at our school. Put your hands on your head, okay?
I've just come out of maths.
I've just come out of maths. I swear that teacher went nailed there before I left. I mean, before I arrived, he was definitely there. You've got the nail gun in your hand.
Prove it.
Put it in your mate's hood. No, I haven't.
Put your mate's hood. Fuck.
Not me. But no, I'm kidding. The teacher was fine. He went over the balcony instead. And then balconies were dangerous.
Is that before or after the chair got lobbed?
At the same time, he went over the balcony and the chair followed him down.
Right, you want the next? The pot?
Yeah, the rest of the pot, yeah.
Abolish stamp duty on homes up to 425,000 for first-time buyers.
Good. I mean, it gives more people a chance to buy the first home, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so
people want to start a family, but they can't do it until they've got a home.
Yeah, so that's
There's loads of people that want to move out of the house, don't want to live with their parents eventually.
Ban mobile phones in school.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, that is just.
We had that. We weren't allowed to have ours in school.
If you had your phone out at break at daytime, even if you were just replying to a text, or your parents would text you, actually you do, I'll show you what they do. You're on your phone, teachers, I'll have that. That's it.
Back in our day, you what?
Yeah, but what?
If you haven't got the phone on you can't get it confiscated. Why give a
Stop shouting!
Sorry. Why not give a 4-year-old a bloody phone?
Yeah.
What's a kid gonna do?
Now, don't get me
Play
wrong.
Snake.
Yeah.
Play
Yeah,
Snake or
but I
Pac-Man.
haven't got Snake on my phone.
No, listen. Alright, I watched this broadcasting thing, which, a lot of people do. It's called Talk. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. They talk about literally more or less anything on there.
Boring.
It's not boring, Mum. It's not boring. Anyway, and they come up with a good thing. Get the old phones. Where you had to go like that when you press in number 2. I need to spell something.
Like press
See?
2. Yeah.
Give them phones. Now, I do think that would be a good idea.
What you could
Yeah,
do.
but then they're gonna want the battery charging, so they
Them
can.
batteries last years. It's
could
not
do-
like these phones.
There is a
you have a
thing-
phone call and it's dead.
There is a thing now, what I've seen, it's an app where they can actually block certain things in school. So, like just say, for instance, your kid's gone to school, but you know that the kid's going to play, I don't know, a COD Mobile, just say.
Yeah.
Or he's going to play a shooting game on his phone. You just go, alright, hang on a minute. You can track him, because there's a track, you can get it, comes with a tracker. And you go, what's he doing? Oh, he's on YouTube. Ban it, so on his phone, and unban it when he comes home. And that was a brand new app that came out
Good idea,
a couple of days ago. It was all over TikTok. Literally a TikTok person said, if you're a parent or a single parent and your kid's always on his phones and they're on the games even in school, and they're on it during class or in the breaks, block them. He says block them because he thinks games should stay at home.
Yeah.
Which I think it should stay at home.
Yeah, they should.
And I've never played. I've got games on my phone, but I've never played them when I'm on the bus because I might look like I got at the wrong stop. I've missed my stop.
I did do that once. I played when Pokemon Go were a big hit. I played that and I'm like...
Yeah, hang on a minute. You're going past the stop.
No, I was playing it. I was coming back from town and I went... I'd gone past 2 stops. So the stop that's in the middle of the woods on the main road, I had to get off there and walk back, and I'm like, what the hell? So yes, never play games like that.
So that new one, I can't remember what that was called. I think it was like find like some phones. I can't remember what it were about because I was
Then
like,
again, why don't the mothers and fathers get a backbone and say you're not taking your phone to school?
Thing is though, right?
well, if that happens,
Yeah, exactly.
to the
That's what I'm
kids.
saying. You know, I do. Right, I do believe phones should be banned at school. We could not have our phones at school.
When I was at school,
we couldn't.
When I was at school, I had just a slide-up phone,
Same.
and I only had 2 contacts in it.
Yeah.
Which was my mum and my dad,
I had 3.
and obviously my nana as well.
I had
Probably,
3 contacts: mom, dad, and home phone.
Yeah, well, I have my nana and home phone
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I'm saying. So, I do believe like banning them at school. You should not have them at school, but take them just in case something happens.
Yeah, turn them off when you're in class.
If that does happen, surely the teachers are going to get in touch with the parents. They're not
Yeah, but
going
what
to
about-
sit
yeah,
around
but
and
no,
say,
no,
by the way, we just want to let you know, little Johnny won't be phoning you up because we've just sliced his head off. You know, and I'm just going to say...
Sounds like high school. No, I mean like if like just say for instance something happened, you had to get in contact with me. If they have phones at school, you're gonna phone the school. Are you really gonna tell the receptionist?
Well, they have your details. They have your details.
Your granddad's dead. Can you just let Lee know? You know, then the receptionist comes and announces it.
You wait till they come home to give them information like that. But that's how we did it. We had to phone the receptionist up and tell them that for mine, it was, can you just remind Kay, she's got the dentist on Tuesday.
So she won't be attending.
At all.
You know, she'll be attending at all.
So
Full day off.
she'll be coming to school first, then go to the dentist, and then if there's time, she'll be coming by.
Yeah.
You know, when
I
mother,
actually got a detention for that once.
when mother
Well,
says,
because-
mother says, right, we'll go
dentist.
back to school, I go, mother, I've had a filling, let's have day off.
Basically,
I've had a scale and polish. It's traumatic. I'm taking I'm taking rest of the week off.
to cut a long story short, something happened. And it was, we're both to blame because obviously you know what people like when, when kids start shit. You stick up for yourself and everything. He got in trouble. I got in trouble. My mum literally phoned. I just literally went there, and all the thing I had to do was just write lines. I will not do this
hate
again.
that intention.
Yeah.
You wrote 4 lines. Fuck it.
Yeah, literally, I sat there because I knew what was going to happen. My mum phoned the reception up, and teacher was saying to me, "Do them lines." I went, "Nope, I'm not doing them. I'm not doing it." Because I knew what was going to happen.
Rebel.
The receptionist come. Kieran's got a dentist appointment. I went, come outside. I went, I ain't got a dentist appointment. My mum just went, I know, and drove straight home.
Exactly.
So, and like I said, I didn't really get detention all the time. It's just stupid mistakes you do when you're at
Yeah,
school.
like when you-
that end in a Y.
Yeah. I only had detentions on days between Monday and Sunday. Yeah, I didn't even go to weekends. I was that bad.
Right, you ready for the next one?
Sometimes you have to actually go into school on Saturdays.
I never did that.
Yeah,
They tell us to do it, didn't they? We never did it.
Over holidays, over the 6-week holiday, said the school will be open for the first 2 weeks. If you want to come in and do any work, come in. Oh, we'll be definitely coming in. Fuck off. Never went in.
Right, you ready?
We never saw you over the holidays, so fucking exactly. I had an important meeting. What? With my bed. I had my important meeting.
Mandatory service for 18-year-olds.
That's like army.
Army.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Now this is going to.
A lot of people are going to argue with that.
Yes,
aren't
I'm going to get absolutely slugged off for this.
they? Not just you, but everyone else is going to be arguing about it.
I think it's a good idea. Why don't you join Lee then? I know that's what girls say. You first.
I think it's a good idea because half the dickheads round here or round the world would it give them something to bloody do. I mean, I can see them. Oh, I can
Shall I
say
just turn the
anybody. I
camera
can
to
say
her and just let her
anybody.
go? We will just go.
Come on.
I was just saying, they go, I can say anybody, I'll take you on. When it comes to, they wouldn't take anyone on.
A lot of people have said that though. They should send prisoners in there, like people who have got life sentences that aren't going to get out for anything.
That's
And
that's
they've
actually a good
and
idea.
They've murdered,
that.
and they've murdered people, and they've got no problem with killing them because that's why they're in there in the first place. Everyone said they should put them on the front lines.
Yeah, I do believe that.
And kids.
Thing is, right, when everyone's a kid, you always act hard, don't you? Everyone
does.
acts hard when
Everyone
you're a
does.
kid.
Everyone does.
But thing is, I don't think sending them to the front line is gonna put them straight.
It's going to
It'll
sort the
scare-
boys out from the men.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but, but think about how many people.
damage 'em. It'll
Yeah,
damage
exactly.
'em.
How many people? How many of them kids are going to come back shell shocked?
Every single one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So then that literally.
It's like grown men now. Like they come back, as soon as bonfire night goes off, they're there. Hide under the beds because it's bringing traumatic images back.
Someone who lived across the road, he went to the war.
I know.
He literally, I think we're Afghanistan he were in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple of feet away from him and his mate were walking. His mate stood on a landmine. He got blue all over him.
They would do, yeah. Obviously,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It scarred him for life. He had to leave the army. PTSD.
But not everybody gets PTSD.
Yes, not everyone does, Ray.
I'm on about the people who think that they're hard, like go around and go, you fucking stupid, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, but that's lads.
Yeah.
That's just lads in
Put
general.
them so in front of the and in the front line. See how hard they are.
Yeah,
then.
like when people, like kid, like that. Was it a 17-year-old or 19-year-old that killed that lad for no reason, or something like that? You know, killed him in park and left him there, gargling his own blood. Just let them put them in
Put
there.
them in front line, yeah.
I don't believe kids should go join.
They're not saying kids, they're saying 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
They
18.
are classed as adults.
Yeah, they are 18-year-olds.
I think they should. I think you should.
Look at that, whatever you call her, Shibishi Boshi, whatever you call her. She bloody cut a man's head off.
Yeah, but what has that got to do with joining the army? What has that got? That's got nothing to do.
Women can join the army as well.
I'm not saying they can't, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, if she'd have gone in army, she probably wouldn't have ever cut his head off. And that man would still be alive today and not causing trouble.
But would have cut someone else's head off. But,
Yeah. Thing is, for certain people, I think people who's got like criminal record, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm saying, they should go in.
Now, normal civilians like you, me, you know, we haven't got criminal record.
They get the choice. Get the choice. Do you
so
want to?
I believe you've got a criminal record. You know, you've been in prison multiple times as you're leading up to 18. You're always going to be causing crime. Get in the army.
Yeah, because in World War II and World War One, they said fight for your country or work, and they said, well, I'm not brave enough to go in the army. I'll work. Okay, you go and work in the mines or the factories or whatever.
Yeah.
And they used to help them obviously make stuff for the army and stuff. Yeah, and stuff. But then the other people that were like, well, I want to fight for my country. I've lived here all my life. I want to protect it. Then they went that way towards the army. Unfortunately, you know, war's not a thing to laugh at.
No,
it's a very horrible thing, and like you said, it can damage some people. Some people come back, I'm all right. Some people come back acting all right. As soon as bonfire night goes off, they're under the bed sheets because it's
exactly.
You know, so it's horrible, you know. But like I said, 8 people who've gone in to like prison and locked up for life, or like you said, they're going to be in and out of prison all their life.
Just send them.
Yeah, just send them. Send them.
You know, because you know, it might straight. I mean, I watched this thing where, it was like this gang member. He was in and out of prison. You know, proper respect for his gang and that. You know, respect on the streets.
Won't snitch and that.
Yeah, won't snitch. You know, he'd rather go down himself. He literally joined the army, straightened his life out instantly. Yeah, left the gang. You know, moved him and his family out of the areas. But just saying, right, you're 18 in army straight away. No. I do not think that is right. But I do believe with what you said, Kieran. If they're in prison, in and out of prison, or got life in prison, get in the army. Do something for actual. You know, do actually something. You know,
it's like people on death row. You know, when they go to death row, they literally, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, cry and scream. No, don't take me to death row. So you know, in other words, you have got a chance of surviving if you go in the army. Not a high chance, but if you keep your head down, you know, like you said, it could straighten their life out. You know, so send them there. It'd be more scary for them because they don't know when they're gonna be blown up, shot. You know, attacked in their sleep.
This is how long they've got to stay in for, or just join and then that's it.
Well, they have to do the training, won't they?
Joining when they're 18.
They'll probably have to do the training.
Yeah.
Because they can't just chuck you in without any that experience.
I do.
No,
I would. I would.
Because if you gun jams, they teach you how to
Yeah, but if you've
take
got
it
life in
apart.
prison, who's going to really miss it?
Yeah, but, I'm not going to sit there and go, I'm a murderer, bang!
You won't kill me, I kill 5 people. Very well.
Exactly.
Prove you wrong.
Exactly.
So give
them a chance of surviving, give them a chance to survive.
Yeah, but they always could escape while it's like at night time, so you've got to think of that as well.
Yeah, but it's not like it is on COD.
Yeah, true.
Go past a certain area, mission passed. You've got, there could be
guards
and everywhere.
Alright then, so what we're saying, good or bad?
I say it's good. I'd say yeah, definitely.
Send, like I said, like you said, don't force them to go in. Give them a choice, rather work, because obviously being 18 you are classed as an adult, so work or join. Prisoners who've been locked up for life or people who are going to cause crime, get them in. Because they're happy to kill anybody. They kill people on the streets now. So get them on.
And that's a political podcast.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Go on then, next one.
That's it.
But that's it.
For that one.
Alright, go on then.
This is the Green Party.
Okay then.
Move to a 4-day work week.
Well, don't really affect me because I'm on YouTube, so I
You
upload a
can
video
work any
whenever I
day
want.
if you
Yeah,
want.
exactly.
We can cut that to 4 days then.
Yeah, cut that to 4 days.
Most people, where I work, they actually said it would actually benefit them a lot. Because most people who've got kids or haven't got kids, or if the kids have all grown up to live their own lives and moving in their own house and stuff like that, like this lad at work, he actually said him and his family like to go to Skegness for the weekend. But when he leaves work at 4 o'clock on a Friday, because they leave, used to, well, I don't know if he still does, but he used to leave work early on a Friday at 4 o'clock, and there's others that used to leave at 5. When he used to go home early, he'd have to travel home, then he'd have to pack some clothes in for Skegness, the trip to Skegness, or anywhere else, seaside resorts, and then he'd have to drive all the way down there. When he gets back, he's still hitting the T-town traffic. So he did make, obviously he left after this because they wouldn't give him the 4-day rota. But when he was there, he was like arguing with the boss, saying, if you were going somewhere, you would leave early. Yeah, but I'm the manager. I can do what I want. Yeah, but at the same time, you've got to keep your staff happy at the same time.
Yeah.
So he was like, if you want me to work here, let me have this. I'll get me time back during the week. I'll do the overtime for you. Trying to compromise. The manager was like, no, it's not happening. You stay here. We're letting you go at 4. That's the generous offer we're giving you. Other people are staying till 5 on a Friday. When I'm guessing loads of people like to go home early on a Friday, have a bit extra time to enjoy the weekend that's about to come. But we're giving you an hour. Go early and just buy an hour. Other people are stopping here. That's the only thing we can give you. Within a couple of months, he left to a job that actually gives him 4 days.
Yeah, but thing is, if you work 5 days and you get £50, you work 4 days, you're still going to want that £50.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get, the
A lot
boss
of
is not
people-
going to give it for an extra day off.
A lot of people were arguing about that, and that's why a lot of businesses weren't going to do it. Give me 4-day work, but still pay me for 5 days.
Yeah.
And that's when people managers
No,
No,
the managers
couldn't
will not
work
do it.
no, never would.
Like I said, I don't think it's a good idea for certain people. The ones that work really hard, like police, doctors.
Yeah, because if the doctors work 4 days, what happens if on that 4th day everyone needs needs to be seen by a doctor
Exactly. I mean,
or a nurse. Or
obviously, I know they do work hard, so obviously, probably getting more time off would be good, so they feel more relaxed, so they can do more when they're at work.
Yeah.
But
I was talking to a nurse and she says she works 4 days and then she has a week off, but somebody else takes over her shift.
yeah. So I just
that could work. But if she has 4 days off and the person who's supposed to be taking her shift over,
I was 4 days off. As well.
it's probably ill, or she's probably pregnant or whatever.
No, there's always somebody to take their place.
That's all right then.
That's all right. But I mean, like I said, I do think some businesses, like the NHS, police service, you know.
Imagine it being a fireman. My house is burning down, so I don't work today. It would be a bit of a
it would be a bit
of a bombshell, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think, like I said, 4 days a week. In some businesses it could work.
In some places
it couldn't. But then the people that can't work 4 days, like you said, ambulance, police, fire brigade, you know, anyone that needs to be working 5 days or even 7 days a week, you know, then they're going to be like, well, why can you do it and we can't do it?
Exactly.
And then it's going to cause uproar, and then they're just going to say, right, we'll scrap that. So, you know, you can't win against that one. You can't win.
Bring railways back to public ownership.
Need Jonathan for
I
that.
thought they were already in public
No, they're not.
relationship.
They're not. Thing is, bringing it back to public, so we own the railways, I think would be a lot better. But on the other hand, would it change in the ticket prices? Would we have set over what happens? Like when they implemented this on and off peak time, if we owned it, would we be like, oh, get rid of that? Would we be able to set that, or
No, you'd just be the one that sorts like the railway, what the train runs on. Make sure that the tracks aren't cracked in any way.
Right, yeah, so if
So-
if a crack, so if, like you said the other day when the tunnel was collapsing, that the
leaking.
bridge where it were leak, yeah, they'd have to make sure everything runs smoothly, the train's not going to come off and kill people, you know, derail and everything like that. So that's what they'd be more likely saying, make sure that the train can run smoothly.
And probably clean the trains and...
Yeah.
So when I said like English Channel, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd have to repair them and that.
Make sure they're up to scratch and make sure they're up
So
to
instead
the
of the
requirement.
companies and government doing it now, we'd be doing it. Well, I actually
We'd
think
have people for jobs doing that, wouldn't they?
no, we'd have to do it. Now, I think that's good. If the public owned them, because in a way it became people the job in a way.
Yes, but they did it before and people couldn't cope with it, so that's why they sold it back to railway place.
Yeah, because people that don't want to
Because
work.
people don't want to do it.
If people don't want to work and it's too hard work for them and they want to just
You're
do easy
working at
work.
Mr. Bloggs that road. He wants a
Oh,
job.
yeah, I like Mr. Blocks. He's funny.
He wants a job. Oh, you can look after railways. Fuck, I'm not doing that.
Because some people will happily say, oh yeah, but if something goes wrong and they don't know how to fix it,
Yeah.
so it falls on your toes.
Exactly.
Nobody said, oh, well, this bit of train tracks moved. I'll load it in with some, I'll budge it up with some sticky tape.
Yeah.
It ain't
Yeah.
gonna work.
On a plastic track, you could do that with with toys, but not when it's a real one. You have to get even if you get a hammer and knock it back in, which I've seen that on TikTok a lot. knock it back into place.
So you
Gotta
two,
get welding stuff and all to make sure it's all.
so you two think it's a bad idea?
I think yes.
For
'cause
people
it
who want
was
to
last
work,
time.
for people who want to work,
Good.
let them have, give them the chance.
Yeah.
But they should make that as, obviously they'll have to get paid for it. But then again, like your mum just said, if people don't want to do it, many people.
90% of people will not turn out every day if they have to fix something.
Because when
Unless
yeah.
it's actually in their job description.
Someone I know actually left shop down my end of my road to go and clean trains every day. So when the train comes into the station at night, they have so many minutes or so many hours, I think, like an hour or something, to get it done. And obviously it's not just him, there's other people working on there. So someone does the front, someone does the middle, and then someone does the back. And you have to do so many rows in between. He went there, and the reason he didn't stay at that job and he went back to the shop, because they said, oh, if you don't like it, you can come back. The only reason he left that job, and God's honest truth, he said this to me, because I said to him, oh, you've come back to the shop, didn't you like that train job? He went, it was boring. I went, what, but you're cleaning a train, you've got so many trains to do in probably, an hour, and it's just you and two other guys. He went, no. I'm like, what do you mean? So I thought, oh, you have to clean it on your own. He goes, no. I'm like, what do you do then? One train comes in, you clean it. I'm like, right. The train will go back out. I'm like, right, okay. You might be waiting 3 hours until another train comes in. So he sat there, falling asleep, waiting for a train to come. And if you get caught sleeping, see ya. Nice knowing you.
Wow.
And no matter how many, he said he had literally 6 cups of teas while waiting for 3 hours for a train.
Right.
Now, if I have 3 cups of tea, I'm on the toilet all the time. So I don't want to. So I said, well, I said, so what was the pay good? He goes, the pay was good. But it's like going to work. Imagine working in a supermarket, scan someone shopping,
They have to wait like
and
3 hours.
then you're sat there 3 hours later going, customer will come along any minute. And then next minute, oh, someone's here. Oh no, they've gone that way. Okay. I'm not entitled to a break yet. I'll just sit here, shall I? You know, someone comes in. Oh, I've only got one eye. That'll take me a few seconds. Beep. There you go.
Okay, I kind of get it, but
And I'd get bored for doing that.
I do think it'd still be a good idea. But you know, we all can disagree.
For people who want to work, yeah. But people who don't, I mean, yeah, you have to take the good, like you said, take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just have
Actually,
it.
it's enough with a small.
Whatever
It is, yeah. You know, you got to take it. But you know, you got to take both sides of the rock. You can't just have it smooth and then rough. You know, you can't have it always smooth. You got to have it rough as well.
This is Reform UK.
Oh, here we go.
All non-essential immigrations frozen.
What?
There's no more coming over.
All right. I thought we were all
that?
freezing people, mate. Hello, I come from France. What the?
It's like being back in Star Wars, Jabba the Hutt's palace. You know, do you want to work? No. I don't think that would work. I don't think that would go down well.
Do not vote him. So So that'll stop it from
Stop 'em.
So stop them from coming over, in other words.
Does
That's,
it
that's
say?
what they want, don't they?
Yeah.
That's what they
Does it
want.
say how they're gonna do it?
It just says.
Sink the dinghies.
No.
That's what knowing them they probably will.
Boy, would knowing them.
According to Nigel's videos that he's doing on TikTok about saying this should be banned and that should be banned, and he didn't, you know, someone chucked a water bottle at him and it took 6 police to hold this man down. And Nigel's on the bus going, hello, hey.
Come on then.
So you don't say how they're gonna do it.
No.
Well,
Then
they'll probably
yeah,
just
but-
have more guards on the borders, won't they?
Probably.
If they get caught, they'll go, no.
I'd like to, before I say if it's a good or bad idea, I'd like to know how they're going to do it. Are they going to increase taxes to do it? Are they,
They said low tax, didn't they? Low
Yeah.
tax for us, but it's just for us, like UK people.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like I said, can't really say if it's good or a bad idea because they're not saying what they're going to do. So,
About the facts, you don't know what they're going to do, do you? But,
Yeah,
like I said,
exactly.
but they said that they've been saying that since, last year?
Yeah.
They want to stop people coming over that weren't weren't allowed, so they were set. So they probably have more like surveillance on. I'm not going to tell you on the news. They put more cameras and stop people from coming over.
Yeah.
Here's a simulation of what will happen if they get caught. Not going to show you that.
Exactly.
You know, they're going to tell you about some poor person getting murdered.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even winning the lottery.
Well, if they can't say how we're going to do it, then, you know, I can't really say if it's good or bad because we don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, so if they freeze immigration, is that how is that going to affect the UK? You know, and is it just illegal immigration?
Or is it just...
Or is it all of it?
Immigration, non-essential immigration doesn't mean war zones or anything.
No, I don't mean that. I mean,
like, is it illegal or just
yeah,
immigration
exactly. I mean,
only,
if it's illegal, then obviously, you know, doing stuff illegal.
Non-essential means
Legal.
illegal.
Well, I think that if it's illegal, you know, obviously breaking the law, then you obviously should, you know, obviously stop it.
Could smuggle anything over.
Well,
didn't they?
exactly,
It's like,
exactly.
like when two boats come over, within a couple of minutes have been on this in UK, stab someone.
Yeah.
So they could be doing that. Could be coming from there. They could be on the run from their country. They're going to get hung or jailed or whatever, and they've come over here. No one knows who I am in this country. Hello. So but then again though, he's going to just be dodging to every other country.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to run out of countries eventually.
Like that person,
like
that person in France. You know, he literally went on a rampage, stabbing kids in the playground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't a Frenchman. You know,
It was yeah.
He immigrated to France and just went on a rampage. You know,
Happened in this country, didn't it? Long ago.
They said that he does have a mental health, but still, you know, murder is murder, no matter what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the psycho people like that get chucked in mental homes. And stuff like
exactly.
That. So they won't kick them in jail. They'll just dose them with pills like they normally do.
Exactly.
And they'll just keep them there until they either sort themselves out or until they end up just not being here anymore.
ban, ban Trent. Oh God, I can't even say it. Ban transgender gender
Genders.
in primary and secondary.
That's what you were
schools.
saying.
That's
That's
what I
what,
was
you
saying.
said earlier on.
That's what I was saying when I saw that video of that drag queen. If you're happy to be transgender, clap your hands. And then kids were going, you know.
Yeah.
So
So we've already talked about this, but this is what you were saying earlier on. Now, like I said, I do think, because obviously I did think about this a lot more. I do think this should go to schools, right, and talk about what it is, but not brainwashing. You know, talk about what it is like you know when you have careers day. You know when they go in, oh, if you want to be this, that, this is what you have to
and
do.
you have someone saying, well, if you do this job, here's a list of
Yeah,
things
exactly.
you can do.
You know, like what is a drag queen? How do you become a drag queen? You know, all the stuff that like someone might want to do. Cause someone
Look
might
them in
want
the
to do.
eyes. Do you really want to be a drag queen?
And how many kids are going to go home and go, Daddy, I want to be a drag queen.
Exactly.
Grow, yeah, exactly. Grow up. Coach.
Well, no, because obviously it gives them the option to know it. I mean, that's why I feel. I think they should be not banned from schools, but go in and talk about it if they want to be.
Because not everyone, like when we had that, we had loads of people coming in. No, we never.
Oh yeah, like
no, we had loads of people coming in.
Yeah.
Like we had a policeman coming in, and our kids. Well, not going to repeat what the kids said about the police officers, and that came in because they always come in for bad news anyway. But there was ambulance people sat there. Navy people were sat there. Yeah, I think there was one soldier there.
About fucking drag queens.
What?
It doesn't say anything about drag queens.
What the hell you put?
It's just saying ban the, that they want to, so that the this and the that and the other.
No, it doesn't. It says ban them in primary schools means stop them from going.
Yeah, that's what. Like I
That's
said,
what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's not saying the kids. It's like the people who are drag queens going to primary schools and going, "This is what you want."
They should never do it anyway.
Exactly.
But
That's what
I do
said.
believe they should go in, and like talk about it, but not like you said earlier on, brainwash them. They shouldn't brainwash them.
Oh, well, they will do. They go, being a drag queen, you dress up as a woman. Well, I am a fucking woman. No, you can. I mean, a prime example. Dolly Parton is a woman.
Obviously, yeah.
She's classed as a woman. She says, "Do you know how hard it is to look cheap like? How much it costs us to look cheap like this?"
She actually said cheap.
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
I don't know.
She says, "Do you know how much it costs us to look cheap like this?"
Well, was she dolled up?
And that's all her dolled up, and she ain't no bloody drag queen. She's got hits to prove it.
Yeah. Okay. Then fair enough. I mean,
Like I said, they should come in and tell them that there is jobs which is normal jobs, and there is jobs that are not normal.
yeah, like drag queens. Yeah.
or being a magician and stuff
Yeah.
like
Exactly. Yeah.
that. Or being a ventriloquists.
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
So they should have stuff like that in, but not to say, listen, being a drag queen, you'll be earning millions.
Yeah. Exactly.
You'll be living in a mansion.
A mansion.
And then you do it, and you're still living in a flat.
Yeah.
Barely getting by.
Yeah. Fair enough then.
Not brainwash them, in other words.
Right, guys, that is it. The end. I hope this has helped you make a decision on who you want to vote for.
We voted for who we vote
Yes,
for. But
we
we're going to keep
voted-
that to ourselves. 'Cause
Exactly.
Most people might not agree with it.
Exactly. If you want to vote, if you want to put who you voted for in the comments, please do. It's entirely up to you.
Even have a vote. Like people who they think will win.
Yeah, exactly. Have like a little poll. Who you think will win. Like I said, I just want to say a big thank you to my mum for helping out.
Thank you.
Sounds very happy, doesn't she? Sounds very happy, doesn't she?
Also thank you for Kim for joining.
No worries.
All their links will be in the description, so make sure you go and check them out. But thank you for joining us for this bit of Uncensored, and hopefully we will catch you in the next one, and hopefully your party will get in.
And hopefully everything goes well with
Yes.
whoever we vote for.
Yes,
and
yes.
whoever wins.
Yes, let's hope for
This was just all of our opinions. We weren't arguing, saying not to vote for him, not to vote for her. It's just what we think, and we're just going on what information we've seen.
Yes, exactly.
All it is.
We might have missed some information out. It was very hard to actually find the information. I literally did actually spend days trying to find all this stuff out.
And we have got other topics, but that's for another episode.
Yes, we've got a lot more topics to talk about. So yes, like I said, thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone who helped me out with this. And yes, we will catch you in the next Uncensored. Bye.